Hey guys, hang on one second. I'm just waiting for Andrea to come on. Okay, hang on.
Hey girl,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you? You look
Good.
gorgeous.
You look gorgeous.
I had to just I've literally done nothing all day. I've just been pampering myself, getting ready for this live. So, I'll take my time getting ready.
Yeah, well, it's 4 o'clock right now here in Hawaii, so the sun is still out.
I know, yeah, I have to have I have all my lights on, so it's 7 o'clock here in Denver. So sun is definitely down and it's dark. But how's your day been going so far?
It's going good. I had work all day today, but I just finished up with the client, so now I'm here doing this live with you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, everyone, it looks like we got some followers coming on already and
Hi,
viewers. So
everybody.
thank you so much. This is awesome. Well, I'm Andrea and this is Tina, and we're both
Mhm.
permanent makeup artists in the industry. And like we just said, I live in Denver and Tina is in Hawaii. What part of Hawaii are you in?
I'm on the island of Oahu in Honolulu.
Okay. So lucky. That sounds so gorgeous.
Have
Like
you been
it's
here
so cold
before?
right now. I'm like, I need some sun in my life. But we just wanted to hop on and have some girl talk, and so everybody can kind of get to know us a little bit better. There's my
Hmm.
cousin Mandy. Hey, Mandy. Thank you guys for joining. So yeah, we'll get right down to it with some girl talk. So
Yeah.
Tina, how long have you been doing permanent makeup now?
I want to say I've been in this industry for a little over a year, about or
Okay,
maybe a year and a half.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah. What
Awesome.
about you?
I've been doing permanent makeup now for a little over 3 years. And yeah, it's just awesome. It's what I specialize in now. So I love it.
Oh,
When
that's
did,
so awesome. 3 years,
yeah,
quite a while.
yeah, yeah, it's just so crazy because the industry is like forever growing and forever changing. So it just was something that I was like, I love the way that I had microblading myself done a few years ago. And that's when
Yeah.
I was like, I want to offer this to everybody because it's so awesome. My confidence just was through the roof. So,
After
um,
getting them done, huh?
yeah, yeah,
Change your life.
exactly. So when did you know that you first wanted to do permanent makeup?
Honestly, I was never really into like beauty and all that stuff. I was into skincare, but there's just so much information out there on the internet, and it was very overwhelming. But it
Yeah.
was actually my brother and my sister-in-law who suggested to learn microblading, and I was like, okay, I'll try it out, see if I like it or not.
Yeah.
But I took the training and everything, and I fell in love with the artistry. I fell in love with everything, so I stuck with it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. What about you when you started 3 years ago?
Yeah, so I've been in the industry now. I've been an esthetician for 11 years actually, and prior to
Oh,
that, I was
wow.
specializing in
So you know all about the
skincare.
skin and everything.
Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, I just love the industry and love making people feel beautiful and feel confident. So, yeah, I'm still an esthetician and laser technician for 11 years. And that's when I got my brows microbladed back in 2017. I enrolled for the permanent makeup course right after that. So, what were you doing prior to permanent makeup?
Oh, I've done a bunch of things. Before I got into this industry, I dropped out of college. I went to school for 4 years, but I took classes that didn't even count towards anything, so I just dropped out with nothing. And
Okay.
then I started selling on Amazon. I did Airbnb, and I had my own pet sitting service.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So yeah, but that all depended on the tourism here. But since the pandemic, it's been super, super slow.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just so wild, like how this pandemic has really made a huge difference with our lives and things that have,
Mm-hmm.
carried
It
on.
really
So
impacted everything.
exactly, exactly. So again, guys, if anyone has any questions, feel free to chime in. We're just having some girl talk and having some fun. So we're gonna get into some fun questions before we continue on with the more deep questions. But so what would you sing at karaoke night? What would be like your go-to song?
my go-to song. I shouldn't even be the one that should be singing. But my favorite all-time song is "Don't Stop Believing" by Journeys.
I love
It's a
that.
good feel. It's a good feel music
Yes,
song. Yeah.
absolutely. I love
What
it.
is yours?
You know, probably like anywhere it would probably, there's a few, but probably like Spice Girls, just because like me and my cousin and friends would like rehearse that when we were kids. So I know those Spice Girls
You know
songs.
the
Like,
lyrics by heart.
I know those lyrics by heart. It's been 20 years, but I still know those lyrics.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's a good song too. A
Yeah.
good jam.
So if you could travel anywhere back into time, so like just a time, a year, anytime, what year would you travel to and why?
Um, I would say the 80s.
Okay.
I feel like, it looked like so much fun back then compared
Yeah.
to like, 2000s and all that stuff. So I want to dress up like how they dress up, listen to the music
Yes.
they listen to. I feel that was a good time to be alive in.
I 100% agree. I would probably go back one decade before you. I'm going to say the 70s, because that's just like, I love that music, but same thing. Like, I love the style and it just seemed
Yeah.
fun. Like, yeah, I would totally live in the 70s.
The good
So,
old days.
yes, the good times, the good times. Like you said, before things went, they were just more simple back then, before
Yeah.
all of the technology and everything that we have, which there's pros and cons, obviously, but
Yeah, yeah.
all right. So what has been the hardest thing that you've learned and overcome with managing your business?
Um, when I first started, I didn't have no one to talk to, or
Mm-hmm.
no one to learn from, or no one to really hold my hand during like this whole journey. Because
Yeah.
during my training, it was just I learned a skill, but I didn't learn anything else besides from the skill, like how to manage my business, what to do. I wear all kinds of the hats now
Yeah.
that I had to learn on my own. So that was really challenging, just doing everything by myself, learning everything by myself.
I completely agree with that. I think that's the same for me, is like, now that I'm, my own business owner like yourself, I think the hardest thing has been trying to manage my time.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Like, it's like having that old job where you could go in and clock in and show up for work and, still get paid
Yeah.
initially. And, even if you're like not in a good mood or whatever, it's like you still have to show up for yourself now and
Mm-hmm.
just manage that time. So I think I agree with you. It's just finding others to support and that are
Yeah.
on the same team as you. So I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the most favorite thing about your career?
My favorite thing, seeing my clients' reactions right after they get their brows done. That's my most favorite thing. It's so rewarding, and they always tell me it's life changing.
Yes. Yes. It is though, right? Like,
Yeah, it is.
it's the best thing that I've ever done for myself, and that's why I've gone into it. And I'm right there with you. That's exactly why I'm in the industry. There's nothing like making somebody else feel good ultimately. So I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, I love it.
What is your biggest complaint about your job?
Mm, you know, I meet so many different people with all kinds of personalities, and so I'd say you should see my inbox and see how people respond to me or how people talk to me. It's just like dealing with those difficult people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's a little, challenging.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I agree with that. You get so many different personalities, and I think for me, it's sometimes having to like turn somebody away if they're
Hmm.
maybe not a candidate and they want it badly done so bad, whether it be their brows or chemical peel or whatever the case may be, but they
Yeah,
might not be a candidate for the treatment. And I'm always keeping, like, we're keeping each other's safety in mind and their safety in mind. And so sometimes that has to be the hard part. And it's like, they're going to probably go somewhere else, and
yeah,
that somebody's going to do it even though they shouldn't be getting that treatment done. So I got to agree with that. It's hard kind of dealing with different
dealing with those.
personalities, and yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So again, everyone, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in and ask us anything. We're going to have some more fun questions real quick. Aside from necessities, what is one thing you could not go a day without?
Oh, my phone and my dogs. I love my dogs. They're my babies.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. What about you? What's one thing that you
I
can't go
would
a day without?
say music.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I don't think I could live without music. So ultimately, I guess like my phone, because that's what provides me my music
Your
right now.
music.
But yeah, if I had like my old iPods or CD players or
Your
whatever,
CD.
I would be okay with that. But so speaking of dogs, what kind of dogs do you have?
So I have three dogs.
Okay.
Two Dogo Argentinos and one. He's 16 years old. He's a Chihuahua Jack Russell Terrier mix. They
Oh,
all get
super
along
cute.
though.
I love that. So cute, so cute. And so now, are you married, single, kids?
I do have a boyfriend and our three
Okay.
dogs.
Okay, awesome. Fun. That
Yeah.
is
What
so
about
fun.
you? Are you married?
I am not married, girl. I am single. I am
Do you have
out
kids?
here. What was that?
Do you have kids?
I do not have any kids. No
Oh,
kids.
okay.
Yeah, I'm doing
Pets?
my career thing, and maybe once things kind of settle down with COVID and we can get back to a normal life, I'll get back out there and start dating. It's just like such a weird time to date. So,
Oh, do you want to know
God.
something? Do you want to know something?
Yeah.
So I have a lot of nurses as my clients, and they
Mhm.
tell me, since the pandemic, STDs, the amount of people, it's just skyrocketed. So
Yes.
be careful.
No, it's so true. One of my clients is a medical sales rep, and she was saying like the amount of STD kits that are ordered. I'm like, that is
Yeah.
insane.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
how are y'all out here
During a
actually?
pandemic.
Because I feel like there's levels now. Like, you have to ask, like, so do you wear a mask? Like, do you believe in masks? Like, there's like, what kind of people do you hang around? Like, have you been
Yeah.
tested for COVID? Like, there's like
What's
this
the
whole,
protocol, right?
yeah, there's this whole new list to dating. I feel, I don't know, maybe that's not how it is. So I just haven't even attempted. So,
Yeah, yeah. No, be safe. Yeah, be safe.
yes, keep your safety first, guys. All right. So, do you love or hate roller coasters?
Love roller coasters. When I took my training in California last a little over a year ago,
Hmm.
my boyfriend and I went to Six Flags, and that was the most fun I've ever had on roller coasters.
I
But
love
towards
it.
the end, I got really, really sick. I couldn't go on any more rides.
You're like, we're done.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
but it was a lot of fun. It was a good experience.
yes, I
Yeah.
love roller coasters myself. I will say though, my cousin had me get on that slingshot thing that
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
never again. I
yeah.
refuse. Like you could
Where
not
did you go
pay
for
me.
that?
So we have, I think it's still Six Flags here in Denver. It's called Elitch's, but it's been here for years. And so
Okay.
yeah, they have it just like as a separate ride. And it's, you know how like you see videos of people do that and they pass out?
Oh,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't pass out, but I could definitely feel
Like
that
you were
how
about
that
to.
could happen. Yeah. So I don't recommend it. It was not fun.
Oh no,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry you
like
had that
it.
experience.
It was not a good time. So I'm good on that. All right. So how old were you when you learned that the tooth fairy wasn't real, if you believed in it, and how did you find out that it wasn't real?
Um, I don't think I've ever really believed in it
Okay.
because my parents and my family never really had that talk with me. We kind
Okay.
of just they expected me to know about it. So I didn't have like a clear understanding of what the tooth fairy was. They just told me if I put up my tooth under the pillow, I'll get money, and that was it. But I didn't
Okay.
understand like why or who, whatever else. But I'd say like a
Yeah.
young age, maybe like 5
Yeah.
or younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I got to say the same. I don't remember how old I was, but my dad used to work early morning shifts.
Yeah.
So I caught him one time, like running out of my bedroom with the plastic bag of the tooth. And I was just like, wait a minute. And like I checked under my pillow and felt the money. And I was like, huh, we'll go ahead and like play this a little longer, pretend like I don't know.
He
But yeah, I
wasn't slick
probably was
about
like
it.
6. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so we're going to get into some deeper questions.
All right.
What are some daily challenges that you find yourself working through, whether it has to do with your personal life or business?
Um, I guess, for the business, I don't have time because I'm working all the time, all day. I don't have time, or I don't make time to eat and drink water. And so sometimes my first meal would be at the end of the day, or my first
Mhm.
sip of water would be at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so that's something I struggled with for a long time, and I'm trying to eat and drink throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny that you say that because I was previously, before going on my own with permanent makeup, I was managing
Yeah.
a medi spa, and it was very, very
A
busy. And
what?
so a medi spa,
Oh, mini spa.
so did like lasers and laser treatments and facial treatments, all that good stuff. And then I went on with permanent makeup. And back then, it was kind of the same, like not enough time to eat, not enough time to drinking water, but I was up standing a lot and I was always getting my steps in throughout the day. And now that
Yeah.
I do primarily permanent makeup, I'm constantly sitting in like this like
Oh,
hunched
like you're
position.
slouching over. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this last week I like struggled so much with like my muscles and my shoulder and my hips, and
Oh
I'm like, oh,
no.
and I like to work out, and it's like, man, I can't even work out because I'm in so much pain. And so like last night I just stretched, and I've literally been like stretching all day and doing a little yoga because
Has that
it's
been
like,
helping?
yes, yes. And it's
Oh, that's
so
good.
funny because I feel like I'm probably going to gravitate more towards yoga and walking, whereas before I was doing more like heavy lifting and stuff. And it's just a lot, it's when you're sitting
It
all
is.
day, you
Yeah.
really have to take care of yourself. So guys, like if you, any other permanent makeup artists out there, tattoo artists, and just people that sit, for their jobs, you guys got to stretch. We got to take care of our bodies.
Do you get massages regularly?
I do. Yeah. So
Oh,
that
okay,
was,
okay.
yeah, I get massages regularly, which I actually hadn't. I moved to a different part of Denver recently. So
Yeah.
I hadn't in a long time, but I got a massage for the first time in a few months, actually, where I was doing it regularly, like monthly. But
Yeah.
I got a massage for the first time on Wednesday, and I got some cupping done, got my chiropractic
Oh,
work done
the whole
last week.
thing.
So yeah, but I think a lot of it is like, you just got to stretch. You just got to stretch. You have to
Yeah,
help
yeah, yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah, yeah.
ever
No, I
feel like
totally
that?
agree.
Do you kind of like find yourself stretching throughout the day? And
Oh yeah. So I injured my back actually, my lower back. Years ago, I used to do jujitsu, by the way. And so
oh
I
wow,
blew up my back, and it was to the point where I couldn't walk. I was in bed for a whole week.
oh my
And so
gosh,
since then, my back hasn't been the same. So especially when I'm working all day, like hunched over and stuff, I definitely feel it. So I try to like, get up and stretch a little bit. But
yeah,
yeah, my back isn't the same.
yeah. Do you also see like a massage therapist or
Oh yeah, I
get
see them regularly.
good, good? I know, got to
Yeah.
take care of ourselves. So that's
I know,
awesome.
right?
So, what is your biggest fear?
Um, I guess not meeting my clients' expectations, or maybe
Yeah.
their expectations are too high, you know,
Hmm.
failure, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that all comes along with being any kind of artist, just trying to please. And
Yeah, you can't please everybody. That's what I had to learn too. You can't
yeah,
please everybody.
that's what I'm right there with you. I'm learning. And, that's the beauty of having artists in the industry, multiple artists, it's like, it's a very busy market and it's a very popular market right now. And I think that's the
Right.
beauty of permanent makeup artists, is because you will find your permanent makeup artist, it's like you'll find those clients that vibe with you.
Yeah, there's
So,
someone for everybody, right?
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So there's somebody for everybody.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. So, what are your goals for the remainder of 2021, both personal and for your business?
Um, I guess okay. So let's talk for personal. I guess finding that balance between work and spending time with my family.
Okay.
Because, I mean, of course, I want to work all the time, but that's
Yeah.
just not realistic, because I have my family here. And so I actually took off some days of the week to spend time with them and to catch up with myself, do self care and all that stuff.
Good.
Um, and for work, I just want to keep growing.
Good.
Yeah. What
I
about
love
for you? What are your goals for 2021?
I love it. I'm right there with you, girl. Like, just personal. I mean, you nailed it. Just trying to spend time with family and friends and finding that balance, because although I love what I do,
Yeah.
right now it's like I feel like I'm very much submerged in my work and, making sure that things flow. And I just want to, I guess, personal and business kind of combined together. I want to grow enough to where I can hire a team to help alleviate more,
Some of the
tasks off myself. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so that I have time to
do all those
spend.
things.
Yeah,
Are
exactly.
you almost there to delegate and all that stuff?
It's so funny. Me and my good friend were just talking about possibly, like, I was telling him about maybe hiring somebody to help me out just, with the Instagram. Like, as you know, Instagram plays a huge role.
And it's a lot of work too.
It's so much work. It's a full-time job. It is, and it's hard because it's like when you're tattooing all day, I don't have time to really respond to texts, to even family texts. It's like I tell him, like, if you don't call, it's not an emergency, so I'm probably
right. Yeah.
So for a day or two, because it's just you're bombarded and you're tired and just want to, like, unplug when you are done tattooing. So yeah, just finding that balance, continuing to grow and finding that balance are the goals.
Right. It's difficult. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing.
So we have a question that came in from a viewer. This is my good friend Corey King Goliath. He asked, if you were to win the lottery, what would be your first purchase? That's a good one. That's tough.
You answer it first.
Oh gosh. I would probably, like, I guess it depends on the amount, right? But I think I would make sure that everything was paid off, like all debts were paid and like cars paid off, and maybe pay like necessities for an extended period of time, make sure my family is taken care of, like everything's paid off for them, family and friends, like, and then see what's left.
Yeah.
Donate, take some vacations, make sure my business, invest some in my business. I guess it depends on how much we're talking, but yeah.
Yeah, it depends on how much.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
I wouldn't make any purchases, but I would invest it in something so it can grow, and we can the amount can be larger. I don't know what to invest it in, but I want to invest it in something.
Yes. Put your money somewhere. I know there's a lot. I've been reading a little bit about investments, and that's something else I'm learning about too. It's just
it's a whole
investing your money wisely. Yeah. How old are you, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 25.
Okay. So I'm 30. So it's like my 30-year-old mentality is kicking in, where I'm like starting to think about retirement. Like, obviously not anytime soon, but I'm like, okay, I need to really start taking this seriously and planning for the future. So where would you like to see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I want to be known as one of Hawaii's top PMU artists.
Yeah.
Or top academy.
Okay.
So
I love it. So definitely some growth, like some training potentially.
Lots. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
What about you?
Growth, being one of Denver's top artists, and hopefully, start educating. And like you said,
you don't teach? You're not teaching yet?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I've thought about it. Some wheels are kind of turning just with my background in aesthetics and laser.
You have a lot of background, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about some ideas, but yeah, nonetheless, just again, growth. Nonetheless, grow. All right. If anyone has any more questions, now is your time. But this has been so fun, my dear. I'm so glad.
I know.
This was a good time.
No, it was so much fun on getting to know you.
Yeah, you too. What's your week looking like? Are you working quite a bit?
Just work. Yeah. I work all day.
Let's see. So he's quoting I wrote a rap. I have a rap song about brows and sweating. So he quoted one of my raps, but what are some skincare routine musts?
Oh, that's for you.
Well, if you have anything though, you have gorgeous skin. So definitely share your secrets. What kind of
Oh, I
makeup do you
changed
wear?
my diet, by the way. I used to have
Okay.
really, really bad acne.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm trying to be more plant-based now, and I do notice less inflammation in my skin. And so
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep on eating a bunch of vegetables, more plant-based stuff, and hopefully it
Hey,
all works out.
I'm right there with you. Your skin, for anybody that doesn't know, your skin is the largest organ of your body.
Hmm.
So I am a firm believer that whatever you put in your body is going to reflect, I can't talk, reflect out onto the skin. So I love
Right.
that. Clean diet, water. That's the biggest thing that I always recommend for anybody. You know, skincare is absolutely a must. I do have my
Hmm.
skincare favorites and having a routine, but I think you absolutely nailed it with we have to take care of our bodies on the inside too.
Inside.
So
Yeah.
diet, water, all that good stuff. All right. Well, this has been so much fun, and
I
I
know,
am
it's so
so
much
excited
fun.
we did this. And we will go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Thank you all for
All
joining.
right.
And
Thank you, everybody, for
thanks,
joining.
guys. We're going to see you guys later. Tina will repost this in case you want
Hmm.
to double
Watch
back
it
and learn
later.
more about us.
All
All right.
right.
Bye,
Bye,
girl.
everybody. Bye, Andrea.